Hi there, friend. Hi, hello, welcome in, everyone. I don't even know what side my braid's falling on. This side, I guess. What a week I had. Wolfie, thank you for boosting my numbers while the Super Bowl's on. Astro, hello, hi, long time no see. Surprised to see you here. How have you been? I literally spilled coffee, like, as my starting soon screen was going. It's all over the place. Alright, so the one thing I have to turn on before we start is you guys' absolute favorite. And put the gamepad on here. Perfect. Alright, so we're stuck. At least we were stuck 2 weeks ago. Let's see. We're at Andreas, and it's not a good time. Well, look who it is. What's up, Horseman? Yeah, this week at work got absolutely insane, and it was just... Like I said when you came in and we were talking about my schedule, the only time I won't stream is if work just does not let me. But how you doing, Horseman? Welcome in. Good to see ya. Welcome back. All right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was at... I'm at Andreas, but from what I've read, the little flame knife thing or whatever is actually the best bet for him. Doing pretty good. Just watch the halftime show. Oh, Usher's the halftime show. How was he? Was he good? Was he good? Jack, go lay down, bud. Glad you're feeling better? Yeah, it just... Sometimes work just absolutely wipes me out. Especially lately because we have an event this upcoming week that, like, literally my boss is leaving Wednesday morning for it. So we have an event the second half of this week, the later half of this week. So there was a lot of prepping for that and a lot of getting ready for that. And if you don't know what I do, I'm an executive assistant. So I'm basically the personal assistant of the CEO of the company. So I had to do his plane tickets, his hotel, like just all of that shit, like leading up to the event this week, which is in Las Vegas. So it was just so much work to do, and I got out late like almost every single day. So hopefully, now that this event is over, well, it's going to be over because he's going on Wednesday, things will hopefully calm down. It's Usher, can't go wrong. Yeah, Usher's pretty legit. Okay, so I think I've been using that, but let's try this. It's literally a level 1. Alright, let's just full send, guys, full send. Full send. Obviously I'm here, but I don't remember how to... It's been like 2 weeks since I've played because I got super into Pal World. Push. Jack! Lay down. Come on, get in your bed. What did he... do you know, do you know what songs he did? Alright, so I got health. I don't have any throwables, but I've got my grindstone. Alright, I've got my health. Okay. Alright, shit, now I have to remember how to get to where the boss fight was. No, this is the shortcut. Okay. Is it bad that I don't remember? Is it up this elevator? Let's see. It might be up this elevator. Guys, it's been like 2 weeks. Like, I'm surprised I remember any controls whatsoever. A lot from... Yeah, because that was his big... I don't want to say his heyday, but that was like... Yeah, that was kind of his big breakout time. Yeah, I'll see all the YouTube videos this week. This isn't right. This isn't right, is it? No, this is this guy. Wait just a second. Shelmet in chat. I don't remember where to go. Unless the shortcut is coming back. Hi, Tori. How was your weekend? All right. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember where to go. I bet you it's this way. Weekend was alright. How are you? I'm good. I was just, yeah, there it is. I was just telling Horseman that my week at work was absolutely insane because we have an event coming up this week. So I'm hoping that things are gonna settle down. 'Cause I was so beat. Did you do anything fun? Did you go to any shows or anything, Tori? Was this one of those weekends? Shit, fuck. I don't even remember how to play this game. I don't remember how to play this game! Am I a little slow in audio? Like, it's not synced? Like, my mouth doesn't match what I'm saying? Is that what you mean? Oh, low. I might be. I mean, I haven't adjusted my audio at all since, like, last stream. So it is possible, but I can just adjust the game to kind of counter it in a minute. If I beat him first try with this whole life, I'm gonna be very, like, happy, but also very upset. Oh, I died. Okay. Since you were hearing the halftime show, oh. Here, let me adjust this volume in the game just a smidge, too. Just a smidge. Okay. Audio, general. Let's go down. Music will go down. Okay. There we go. Alright. Let's try again. Ugh. I just washed my hair. Why is it itchy? Let's get my 500 ergo because that's super important. I don't even know. Is he doing anything? I'm gonna try it once. I don't think he's, I mean, he's obviously helping, but I don't know if he's doing much. That's what that nice smell is. Yeah, it's not so stinky this time. Ooh, he has super decay. Get lit on fire. No, don't hit me. I said get lit on fire. Wait, why am I heavy dodging? Ah, get out of the way! Okay, or just stand there. I have not played this in so long, I don't remember what buttons are. I'm like heavy rolling though. Yeah, I'm too heavy. Maybe I have too many weapons. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, don't do it. I need to get behind his stupid head. Or his butt, or whatever this is. So you can Scandinavian? Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin your joke, Azarl. Oh, really, Azarl? Why? Why do they have barcodes? Tell me more. This guy. Let me just hit you in the butt. It's like not even that serious. Ah! Ah! probably has some strange reason. Yeah. It was the joke, Chris. I ruined Azarel's joke. You can Scandinavian. That's a good one. It's a good old one there. All right, so I'm wondering a few things other than why am I so bad? I wonder if I need to upgrade my weapon for this fight. Because I don't use this weapon normally. Oh wait, am I? Yeah, see, I'm slightly heavy. I need to get rid of something. Just get your trail mix. Aww. He blanket. Him's blanket. Don't do it. Don't do it. Thank you. No, that's gross. Don't do that. Sir. No, sir. That's really disgusting. Don't do that. It's such a cheese and I literally don't even care. My dude. So you can see out of it, otherwise I feel he'd be less chill. From Dark Souls. I've never played Dark Souls. Everyone thinks that like now that I've played this in Elden Ring that I'll like be into Dark Souls suddenly, and I just like I still feel like I probably wouldn't be very into Dark Souls, TBH. Smash, smash, smash. Oh no, I have no stamina. Ah, I have no stamina! I'm behind his booty! Get stunned. I do. I have no stamina. What is going on? Okay. Honestly, I can't say. But it does. It's absolutely a Souls-like. Yeah. It's absolutely a Souls-like. Okay, this is where I get absolutely fucked. I cannot beat phase 2 because he's got 2 heads. Okay, Sephiroth, chill the fuck out. No. Don't do it. Please, I beg. No, please. I'm stuck under his booty. I can't see. I only see the stick. I only see the stick. Oh my god. Ah! 15 equals 3 times 5. 15? Holy smokes, guys. I think 15 is the highest that's been shared so far. I think 10 was the highest for a while, but now I think it's 15. Thank you, Azaro. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I feel bad because every single time I try to go watch any of my friends, I'm always like, yay, it says they're live. And as soon as I join, like, they're like raiding out. I'm like, oh, okay. You're at 19? Let's go, Tori. Thank you, Tori. You're a champ too. Alright, let's try this again. Where's my Spectre? Oh, there it is. Okay. No, go for him first. Don't go for me first. Go for him first. Ah! Hit the guy that's stabbing you in the butt cheek. Like, come on, dude. Who is the Spectre? Like, in the lore of this game, who is this? I know at some point you can get, like, longer hair for P. But I don't think it's white. No, stop. No, please, I'm just a baby!
is a baby.
Alright, he's on fire though, so he's just like taking fire. That's nice. Right. Don't let our Spectre die, because we definitely need our Spectres in phase 2. Make for sure. Hey, stop that, stop that. I smashed you. Smash, smash, smash. Smash, smash, smash. Smash, smash. Oh, no, don't ball sack, please. Oh, it's done. Okay. 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 No, I don't want to target that one, I think, because I think that's the problem. Is he's too high up. I think I have to target the face still. Or the butt face. Or the face butt. Or this one. I think I have to target this one. Catch on fire. Oh no. Oh no! Oh my god, what did I just do? Did I just stun him? There's no way. I'm stuck under his head. I'm stuck under his head. Oh my god! I did so good that time, but he did the pulsey thing. And because I was under his head, I couldn't see it charging up on his back. So he does like this like pulse that like comes out of like, so like he has two heads in phase 2. He has like the Archbishop and then like the creature, and the Archbishop will do this like pulse, but he like goes up top to like charge, and because I was like under the head of the big creature, I couldn't see the pulse charging. That sucks. I was doing so well. I was doing so well. Damn it! Boss is not allowed to cheese me. Exactly. I am the one who cheeses. Alright. Oh my gosh, we're running low on star fragments. I'm trying, Horseman, I'm trying. Okay. What was that gonna do, Spectre Man? I'm just curious what your little dash attack in front of nobody was supposed to fucking do. Hey, 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 hey! Hey, 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 stop that, stop that, stop that, stop, 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 stop. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, he on fire. No, there's a ball sack. Okay. Oh, no, we don't want that. No, 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 no. No. No, don't do it. No. You can't counter those until you get the medallion, which sucks. And I only know that because I watch speedrunners. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't stack me with your gross tongue! Oh my god, you son of a bitch. No, no, no! I have to stagger you. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Come here. Come here, let me stagger you. Yes! Get staggered in your face. In your dumb, stupid face. No, come here, let me get it. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, I didn't get it. Whatever. Okay. I am the cheese man now. Alright, let's see if we can do this shit again. Alright. We spent like over an hour on this last time we played. Okay, I need to get the guy in the back, and I need to light him on fire. I can't see, I can't see, get out, I'm stuck. Ah. Spectre, what are you doing besides nothing? One heal left. I have no heals left. Heavy. for the lurk. I appreciate it. Come on. Alright, do I have any more? I don't. No. 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 I have no heals left. Come on, please. What is my Spectre doing? Okay. Okay. Stuck again. I can't see. I think it's more charge. Okay, I've got another. Heal. My Spectre is running low on life. Come on. Oh my god, let's go! Oh, I can't believe I just did that. I cheesed him so hard I don't even care. Oh. Wait, what? Those are all the ones I already beat. What the fuck? Those are like the first 4 bosses I already beat. Is that Geppetto? Who is that?
And now, the stage is set. I don't know who this is and what I just did. Nice. Get absolutely wrecked on. Twisted Angel's Ergo.
I want to go back to the old Krat. The old me. Before the greed overtook me.
Alright. New storage. Alright, so let's put this guy back now. Equipped cannot be stored. Okay. Okay, so now let's put this back. Okay. Alright, now this is all new now because I just beat that guy for the first time. I cheesed him and I don't even care. I have no remorse. I don't feel bad. Do you know how many times he killed me? Do you know how many times he killed me?
What in Krat's name happened here? I haven't a clue myself. There's gotta be someone at the hotel who knows something.
Did that... I'm so confused. Because I was killing that dude, not Path of the Pilgrim. I was killing the Archbishop. I don't know who that other guy in the tower is. Oh, what do you... Whoa, oh, you are. You're like, what you call it? From Dungeons and Dragons. Creature, hi. Rain, hi. How you doing? Rain, you missed it. I just beat Andreas. Like, just beat Andreas. I cheesed him so hard I don't even fucking care. I have no remorse. I don't feel bad at all. I don't feel bad at all. I cheesed the fuck out of him. Can they get stuck on their own traps? Is that a thing? Yes, that's the thing. How do you cheese in this game? Well, it may not be cheesing. It may be an actual tactic. But I literally just got underneath his butt and I just used this. So it worked.
Once, Krot was just a small town on the coast.
That is so
of
not a
no
cheese.
importance.
Well, either way,
Before Elysian
I don't feel
Boulevard
bad,
was
and it
built, this
worked, and I
place
finally fucking beat him.
literally was all
He
there
won
was
that,
of
won that fair and square.
But when some in the city
Oh, I didn't read it. A childhood was a
prospered,
blessing to the family lives here.
they
Oh,
left the old town behind.
wait.
Through isolation and neglect, Krot's first incarnation became nothing but dangerous alleys.
I'm so
and
excited. He took
desperate
so, like,
slums.
I haven't played this in 2 weeks
On the bright
because
side, I guess,
Hell
the whole
World took
city
over my
of
life.
Krot's pretty
But
much
the
like
last
that
time I
now.
played, he gave me a run for my money,
The old
like,
town caught
over
up
like
with
2
the
hours. I was like, I'm
true
gonna
what they say.
absolutely lose my mind.
A receding tide sinks all boats.
I also don't run a lot in this game because I'm scared of things jumping out at me. Broken. Yeah. 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 Easy. Things like to jump out in this game a lot, I've noticed. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. It's like a displacer beast from Dungeons and Dragons, is what it is. Come on, get out of here. That's what it reminds me of. I also feel like I'm missing so much. Like, people have so many cool weapons and outfits and stuff, and I'm just like, hi, I have my little sailor outfit. Give me your sharp pipe. Let's go this way. I always try to explore and then somehow end up exploring right into the story. I'm like, that's what I didn't want to do. That's what I didn't want to do. I wanted to explore. I hate the jump. I hate the jump mechanic in this game. See, that's what I mean by people like to jump out at me. Oh, I thought I fell all the way. Even though it's not that far of a fall, I thought I went further. Okay. Ooh, I don't like you. Let's go this way first. Let's not fight this fucking rune bear. Oh, this rune bear wants to fight me. Hi. You're gonna kick my ass so bad. Hello, hi, sir. Wait, who else is here? Oh, a displacer beast is here. Shit. Can you not? Like, I would so appreciate it if you not. Do you see this bear here? This is not your time, sir. It's fine. I'm not getting frustrated today. I'm not getting frustrated. I'm being cool as a cucumber this time. We're not getting frustrated. We're cool. We're cool and calm and collected. We're all of those. Get mad? No. Get glad. What's up, driver? How you doing? Alright. This way. Hello, lady. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, I said don't do it. Okay, you're glad now? Okay, good. I'm glad you're glad. And everyone's glad. And now we're all just glad. Alright, so let's not... Okay. I was like, let's not get fucked up by the bear, and then I didn't see the bear, and I got very nervous. Alright, displacer beast. Come here. Come get some. Don't do it. Don't slap your little slappies at me. Don't do it! Okay. This is a trap. Don't touch it. Oh, you're not dead. You are pretending to be dead. You are not dead. You are alive. Not anymore. A chain. Oh, I tried to use a chain once in a fight, and it was bullshit, and I was very upset about it. How are you? I'm dandy. How are you, driver? Very good to see you. I'm good, though. Honestly, I'm good. I had an extremely busy week at work. Oh my god, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this. No, please. No, please. I'm stuck. I can't move. I'm very stuck. Okay. Ooh. Oh, please, sir. you like fire? How do you feel about fire? You a fan? You a fan of fire? No, you're not really like fire, do you? I don't really like you, my guy. Can you get in the bear traps? That's it. They're for you. They're not for me. Yeah, I'm stuck again. Why does he have like a dead bear skull? Like he was already fuck. Am I crazy or did you get a haircut? I did not get a haircut. I will be getting a haircut soon, but I did not get a haircut. It's just, I showered today. You know how it is. You know how it is. Yeah. You're like, yeah, shower. Totally. I'm very familiar with the concept. Okay. Alright, got those dudes. What if I just don't go that way instead? It don't always be like that, but sometimes it do. Sometimes sometimes you do stupid things like step in bear traps. You son of a bitch. But sometimes it do. I know, there have been so many times where I'm like, I really need to shower, but I am so fucking tired that, like, there's no way I can go through the process of showering. You know? Sometimes it's just not feasible. I want to try this new little bladey blade I got. It seems kind of fun. Let's try it! Oh my god, look at it. Look, oh my god, look at it. Oh shit! Oh, I went backwards. Teehee. That's fine. Guys, this game is scary. It's not supposed to be, but it is. It's a horror game. You no want to do homework? Tell them that Pinxel said you don't have to, and that I will write you a note. I will write you a note that excuses you from doing your homework, because honestly, that's just rude. It's honestly rude. You know? Like, think about you for a change. Yeah, exactly. Think about what you want, driver. Not what the man wants. The man being school. Where's this bear? I need to actually fuck off so this bear doesn't get me again. I hear him. 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 Where'd you go? No. No, get the one that's next to you, dummy. I kind of like this pokey. It does the hokey pokey and it turns it all around. Whoa! Oh, a butterfly. Don't touch me. I said don't touch me. It's rude. Don't touch me. Don't do it. 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 Consent is key. A Simisage. There was a point in time where the Pokemon community game was doing like the Simisage, Simipour, and whatever the fire one is, like so much for a hot minute that I was like, I never want to see those Pokemon ever again. Like even in Pokemon games. I love walking into a new map area and the entire map stands up ready to attack me. It's so fun. Okay. dead. Hi. Yeah. There's too many of them. Too many and I'm too stupid. Oh my god. I'm all the way back here. They don't fight fair, I know. They really don't. Neither does this dog. Holy shit. Staggered me like 4 times. Right. So as long as I avoid the bear, we're mostly good. Okay, don't hit the bear trap. This guy comes back to life. I think the bear is close. Yeah, he's up there. Okay. Okay. Nope, can't climb that way. Shit. Okay. So they want you to kind of mostly encounter this bear, I guess. Alright, what if I just... alley-oop? Oh, the bear! Oh, the bear! The bear didn't fuck off. Oh, he did fuck off. Oh, is he gonna de-aggro me? Oh my god. Amazing. I went out of his aggro range. That's great. Alright. Here's my ergo. Okay. Now, so there's one there, and then there's one there. You have a fury attack, which I am not a fan of. Okay. Okay, okay. Holy, he hits very hard. Okay. To do about him, honestly. Like, he hits real hard. Cool. Actually get fucked. Okay. So one of them de-aggroed and went back. And I don't know which one. There's a girl in here. Things like to jump out in this game and it scares me. Which is why I don't play scary games. I just need another stargazer so that I can have a respawn point. See the other person behind. Yep, there they are. Don't do it, don't do it. Okay, nice. Or roast him like a marshmallow with my little stick. My little skewering stick. get back up if I go below? I think I can. I think I can go this way. Maybe not. Can I get back up if I go down is my question. Fuck! Oh, I really wish I didn't get down. Well, I made a choice there. I made a choice there. No one called for him? I know. He just invited himself. Shit. Just do it like a speedrunner. Just zigzag between everyone and they won't aggro you. That's not true at all. Alright, I just need to find the next thing. The next stargazer. I just need to find it to see how far away I am. Oh, fuck. Fick. Don't touch me. Ziggity zaggity, exactly. I don't know where I'm going because I haven't done this yet, so we're figuring out it as we go. What does this say? Investigate. Okay, I don't know. Button. Open faster! Run! Run, Pinocchio, run! Oh, that's oh, I was like, oh, it doesn't work. I was like, that's fantastic. Alright. We're gonna figure all of this out as we go. That's just how you do it. My nose itches so bad. Rain, how did your run go? Did you get a new PB? I was there for a while, but I had to cook dinner. Oh look! Stargaze there. Wait, is this... Motherfuck. This is a shortcut. Well. Alright, a shortcut's better than nothing. Sorry, I couldn't... No, you're good. You're absolutely good. But congratulations on your new PB! Let's go! I was there, I think I watched two people get banned for just being stupid and saying dumb stuff. Wait. Was I crazy, or was there like a second floor there? Oh. Well. First of all, it helps not being a fucking idiot. Skill issue? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. You banned that one, and then there was the other one that you deleted, but I saw they hung out for a while, so that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I don't know why people gotta be just, like, a-holes for no reason. Like, just mind your biz, you know? Alright, don't fall off this time, because I think when we were going up... Just don't be stupid, okay. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Is this all that's here? How do I get up there? If I jump down, I'm going to die. If I jump down... Oh, I can jump here. I really don't want to go fight this, like, very large man down here, but I bet you that's, like, what the game is trying to do right now. Oh, I hit the world. I hit the... No! You know what, game? You win. Okay? You win. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Get back in the door. Okay. Okay, is everyone done now? So I can find where I'm supposed to be going. Okay, I read this. There's even treasure to be found in a collapsing shack. Find out what the couple mean. Okay. I'm so confused by this man in the tower now. Like, I know that there's obviously story and lore that will be happening, but I'm very just like, who is this man? If it's my dad, I'm gonna be very disappointed in him. Oh, there's a thing up there. Can I get there? No! 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 Game, no! No, game, no. 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 I don't want to be down here. This is where I'm gonna die. The Hollow Knight community? Yeah. It's just people in general can be mean for no stupid reason. Okay. I want to figure out how to get that button. Let's see. I don't want to go down there where that large man is. He's so large and he's so scary. Okay, how do I get up there? Hello, ma'am. You have a secret ladder? No, you don't. Oh, you don't either? Oh, no, him. Wait, wait, no. Why is he back? No. Okay. So this is the shortcut that goes all the way back. Okay. I don't want to go that way. So either I have to fight that dude, who is just terrifying to look at. I don't even want to fight him. Or I'm missing how to get up there. I don't like that guy though. Okay, so there's nothing here. There's nothing here. Can I break this? No. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I see you furying. Yeah. Yeah. This dude down here is so scary. A hippopotamus. Alright. What if I just, like, grab everything and run? And run! Thank you for the push. Go in here? Because maybe he can't follow me in here? Maybe? Maybe he can? Who knows? Oh, he can't. Cool. Okay. I have to look again. So there's nothing there, because that was just the piece to pick up, I think. This is just a shortcut? This is the shortcut. This door's gotta open, right? That'd be a crazy cosplay. That would be, wouldn't it? Okay. It's probably trying to get me to fight that guy. But there's 3 people who want to talk to me back at the hotel, so. She just like moves all over the place.
The cathedral. Maybe those who went there seeking refuge became monsters somehow. But the petrification disease turns you to stone, not into a monster. I'm worried about the Malam district, just below the cathedral.
There's monsters everywhere,
I wonder
Sophia.
whether there are
Just in case you
monsters
didn't
there,
know.
too.
Level up. Okay.
I am
About your
able
power.
to wield Ergo. I inherited the power from my mother. Now you
She
are
can hear Ergo? That doesn't even make sense.
At the House of Vanini,
That's a Banini. Banini. Puccinella.
I've been
Hello,
investigating
Vanini.
the puppet frenzy, and it looks like I need your help. First, let me show you a little
Ergo
something
wavelength
I've been working
decoder.
on. I call it the Ergo Wavelength Decoder. The name lacks a certain flair, but I assure you it works. If my suspicions are correct, something in the puppet's very ergo is causing their aggression. My decoder can find malicious signals within the waves, but I cannot possibly get close enough to gather the ergo wave records myself. I refuse to believe the King of Puppets is truly behind this puppet rampage. It's too simple, but also a bit too much even. I do so desperately want to find the cause, as I'm sure you do too. I always welcome friends.
The Ergo wavelength decoder.
No one, not even I, know what started the puppet frenzy. And it was never supposed to happen. Puppet armies do not arise by chance. There was intent.
Who the fuck's so is that dude? Is that dude the King of Puppets? He wasn't even a puppet. Who else wants to talk to me? Do you need to
You know
talk?
that stalker? The Hound? Is it true you brought him here?
Yep.
Wow. I didn't know
Yep.
he was still alive. I haven't seen him in person, and I don't know how I'd react. I'm so glad that someone so kind has reached safety. You're not. My looks give it away, don't they? But I wouldn't be much of a toy. My family was a house of weapons specialists. But that's their reputation, not mine. I suppose my only connection to them would be...
Can I help you with any? Eugenie. She's like, oh, my parents left me. I'm an orphan. Oh, hey, do you want me to upgrade your weapons? Like, she just, like, trauma dumped on me. I think I need to talk to Rich Lady. I think I have to talk to the Rich Lady. Or let me talk to my papa. Papa? Papa? Hello, Papa.
A victim of the petrification disease turned into a monster. That's just tragic. Could the disease lead to puppet frenzy?
Does he have a ring on over his glove?
No, that doesn't make sense. Remember,
I've never
puppets
understood why video
cannot
games
get
do
the
that.
disease. But puppets shouldn't frenzy either. I made them to obey and protect humans. But stalkers blame me. They think, how sad. All this. That's why my only wish is that you stay a
Oh, he
The
doesn't want me to
city
lie?
Ask me any.
Oh, well, you see, the game is literally called The Lies of P, so... Gonna have to figure something else out, Papa. Rosa Isabel Street Key. Where's Rich Lady? Rich Lady! Oh, hi, Kitty. Do you like me yet? No, he does not like me yet. I will make him like me. Hello.
Oh, it's you.
It's me.
This hotel is indeed a refuge from the dangers of the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
I am the Hound, a descendant of the city's most... Anyone with a worthy spirit is especially welcome. However, you must prove your worthiness. It's up to you if you want to make the exchange.
Oh! Okay. I see. I see. I have... Yes, okay, cool. So, I have... Pirate leader. Yes! Oh my god, I think that's it. Oh shit. Oh shit. I should have read. Oh well. Enables dodge and even with lock. See, I should have gotten that instead of that. Damn. I didn't read. But I got the weapon that I wanted the whole time. I've literally wanted this weapon since I saw the trailer. Hold on, how do I use it? I need to get out so I can use it. Let me out! I need to use my weapon! I wanna see. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Okay, silly goose. Let's go back to, like, here and try our new weapon. I'm so excited. I hope this is the one. I hope this is the gun. I really hope so. Alright. Give me my umbrella. Okay. I need people to fight. Hello. It does. Wait, it doesn't shoot? Oh, no, I need 3 bars. Okay, I need 3 bars of this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then... Oh, I thought it was a gun. Maybe it's not. I really thought it was a gun. TBH, 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 chat. Do I have to upgrade it, possibly? Kind of quick. And it doesn't have a handle. Like, it just is its own weapon. It's kind of quick, yeah. It's very dapper. It goes with our little dapper look we've got going. But also I've seen a ton of people use this. Like, I've seen a ton of people use this. The trident. Penguin has the gun umbrella. I mean, that is true, but I could have sworn in the trailer for the game it showed a gun umbrella, but I could be wrong. Alright, let's go back. Let's fight this guy, I guess. What's our roll looking like? It's pretty heavy. Alright. Alright, let's put some stuff in storage. Hold on. Use storage. Okay, we've got way too much on us right now. 130 plus 52. So that's 180. That's 197. Okay, so we can get rid of This one. See, this one's good, but it's probably heavy as fuck. Alright, let's get rid of that. Just so we're not so heavy. Okay. Okay, teleport to another Stargazer. Hotel Krat. Who is that? Who still wants to talk to me? Do we always have too much on us? We're always encumbered. I don't know who that is. It's one of the robots, but which one? Is it not this one? Is it not? Yeah, it's him. Why do you still need to talk to me
At
again?
the House of Vanini, even...
Oh, a repress appraisal.
Oh
Okay.
dear. This is the mark of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood, and the Stalkers as a unified force ceased to be after their defeat at the Battle of the Workshop Tower. I believe you could use this mark to move safely whilst on the Black Rabbit Brotherhood's turf, to use their unsophisticated vernacular. But be careful, sir. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood is quite infamous for how they treat...
Liar's
and I see
coffin.
we have new physical records to catalogue for the... At the
Okay.
House of Vanini...
Request appraisal. I don't have anything else. Okay, cool. Alright, can I upgrade my shit? You?
I know my way around.
Upgrade weapon. Okay. Can I upgrade again? Okay. And can I upgrade again? No. Okay. Let's go. Let's go get our booty handed to us by this very, very large man. Because that's the only place I can see. Like, there's no... Oh! Maybe I have to go through the door that he crashes through. Let's try that. So that's one of those things that I always forget in these games. I'm like, going, oh yeah, you can go the other way. Like, literally. Alright, so we'll go this way. And then we'll go down. And then I want to see if I can run... Because he, like, breaks through, like, a wall, like a door. And I'm wondering if that's where you have to go, is through the door that he breaks through. And he's, like, a distraction. He's bait. Okay. So... He's, like, literally, like, in here. Yeah, see, he comes through this door here. Bye, thank you. Goodbye, thank you. Oh. Okay, okay, okay. I kind of like the trident here. Oop, oop, oop. Okay, I kind of like the trident. Where's the next Stargazer? Please and thank you. Hobbler's Bridge. Ooh, how do I get down here and then back up? Ah! Okay, I want to get down. Then how do I get back up? I don't know if I can. Maybe I have to go all the way back down. Good air go. This way. Oh, is this thing gonna break under me? It looks like it's gonna. I saw a blade. Amazing. Okay. Go up. An Archon in chat. Okay, so back through. Wait. Nope. This way? That's... Those are very large men. I don't wanna... But it looks like I have to.
I test 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, I hear you. No.
Tonight.
No. I just go in here? Thank you.
Now,
he's just
here's a
following me.
safety
Okay.
reminder for all the malcontents of the
Ah, ah, ah. I can't move. I literally can't move. I'm so stuck. Okay, fuck.
invaded our territory. Careful.
Why are you... I don't understand. I don't understand what the fable art there is. I really don't understand. Like, well, now I can't do it because I don't have any fable, but I was doing my... Okay. I guess I don't understand what that ability is. Oh, it's a guard parry. Okay, well, that's my own fault. Okay. Okay, that's my own fault. Okay, that sucks. Okay. Same plan. Gonna have this guy rush out so I can run in here. Okay. And I thought you were a pro gamer. Oh, no, 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 no. I have never implied that in my life. I have never implied such a thing in my life. Okay. There's a guy that's gonna fall like halfway. Yeah, he's right there. I see him. Yep. And then there's this guy. And the third guy. Right here. Swing. Oh, okay. Hang on. Dang. I was doing pretty good at the dodge swings, but okay. Alright. So this guy. Should I, like, even bother? I just feel like this is crazy. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna go. Okay, get my ergo real quick. My 1000 ergo. Okay, or don't. No, 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 no. No, thank you. I said no, thank you. You are still chasing me. No. Where does that go? Curiosity. Oh. Easy. 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 Okay. Wasn't even anything good. Okay. So, can I go like here? Or is that too far? Okay, took a little bit of damage. It wasn't too bad. Okay, and then this like makes me think like Elden Ring, like that it's fake. Okay. Hop. Hop. Now where? Oh my god, there? I'm gonna die. Hop. Okay. And hop. And oh my gosh. Hop. Oh, 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 oh! I must hop to my death. Nope, it's me. Okay. Yeah, everything's connected. Okay, it looks like it's back. It looks like it's back, folks. Check, stop. Okay, we back. Okay, cool. Yeah, my internet, like, it's not even my internet because I can literally see my router right there is fine. It's OBS sometimes just like, will be like, you have no connection, but I'm like, I do have connection, so. But it sucks because it looks like everybody left. So that's a bummer. Welcome to the territory of Black Red Brotherhood. Remember, anyone who fails to pay the protection fee on time. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, okay, here's a stargazer. So that's good. Oh. You guys are back.
Oh, I saw you go into the factory. But you're here. So, wait. You came out of the factory?
I did.
That's a new one.
I did.
I thought you would have been burnt to a crisp. But look at you. All intact.
Yeah.
Brother, being too frank is rude. We should praise him for being stronger.
Oh, am I gonna
than
have to
he
fight
looks.
these people now?
Why not join forces? Play our cards right, and we could defeat the villains who rule this area.
Oh yeah, let's
They're
do
the
that.
Black Rabbit Brotherhood. The baddies who
Because there's
torment
like
the
4 of
residents
them, and
around
there's like
here.
1 of me.
We heard their hideout is stuffed with treasure. And it's a good time to liberate this place as well.
All you have to do is create a distraction.
So, you've
Yeah,
made a smart
let's do it.
choice. Look at our smart friend, Gato.
We're no slouches in the fisticuffs department in a pinch. You lead.
Okay, let's go fight. Go fight, win. Excuse me. Okay. This is broken though, we can't get in here. So where do we go? This way?
What do you think? Not bad, eh? How are you, dumbass?
I can hear you. You guys are super effective, thank you. Okay. Are you guys gonna kill anything? I'm just curious if you plan on killing anything. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm talking shit. I can hear you. Yeah, I heard you. I heard you blowing your nose, Horseman. I heard you. Okay. This way? Are you alive? You're dead. Oh, I don't like you. Hi. Hi. Yeah, why don't you fight them? Fight them. None of them. You guys kinda suck. I'm just throwing that out there. You guys are kind of like useless. Cluster grenade? That sounds very fun and very useful. Ah, I knew that was gonna happen. Quick. Oh my god, displacer beast, no! But they look cool. Yeah. That's the only thing they got going for them is they look cool. They're very useless though. It takes way too long. Like, how are these guys gonna help me in the boss fight? They can't even kill like regular people. But they do look cool. I know that I think you get their armor. You probably have to fight them and you get their armor. But I know you get their armor. Like I said, I watch speedruns of this like a lot. One of my favorite streamers like specifically does like challenge runs and speedruns and stuff, and oh, I just wasted my Fable art because I hit the wrong button. Because this isn't Elden Ring, this is Lies of P. He specifically does like challenge runs, and he speed ran this for quite a few months actually. So I've seen quite a bit. Like, I didn't have context for like 90% of it, so I don't know where a lot of the stuff is. Because, you know, when you're a speedrunner, you're doing skips. So he would skip over entire parts of the game, you know? Hello, Nate. Welcome in. How are ya?
I got aches, you know? And I wouldn't want to cramp your style. I'll take a breather here, then catch up later.
What? 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 You guys did nothing. They did nothing. And they need a breather? Good, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I know. Their armors and yeah. I want their armors. Okay, so there's a thing here. Ooh. I don't like that whole situation over there. Okay, slide down. And we can get this lady. Oh, nice. Nice. An arc result in chat. That's actually a pretty big one. I might grab that. Hold on. I might grab that one. Okay. So.
Here's a news bulletin. This just in. The intruder turned out to be Geppetto's puppet. This month's protection fee will be waived for anyone who hunts it down.
I don't like
What a deal! Now hurry up.
any of this. Look at all these big dudes. No, I'm just a baby. I'm just a baby. Ah! Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I need to not be here. Oh, here's a ladder, let's climb this. Anyways, as I was trying to say before the game interrupted me, is I've literally played this and Elden Ring, and that's it. Like, I've never played Souls games or anything like it or anything except for this and Elden Ring. I don't know why I decided to go like from Elden Ring to this, because a lot of my friends have told me that this is a difficult transition. Wait, no, 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 no. Okay, good. Holy shit, okay. Holy shit, okay. Ooh. That was scary. Why you everyone is so angry in this game. Everyone just wants to kill me. A lot of my friends who play these types of games have said that, like, this is a difficult game in the genre. And I'm like, oh, I've played Elden Ring one time. Let me try it. Wait, why did you do that to me? Why did you do that to me? No, no, no. Oh, son of a bitch. I hate the jumping in this game. You have to run, which is hold down B, and then you have to hit the button. It's so stupid. I hate it. It's so stupid. I hate it. Okay, so now this is probably gonna break in the middle there, so we'll go around. Okay. Who is throwing shit at me? Alright, I need to get over there, apparently. Okay, hold on. Let's go fight Toxic Titties over here. Who I don't like these characters, like, in general. Okay, goodbye. Oh, don't take one more step. No, you. Okay. So, we did that. We got that. Now, this. Where does this go? Does it just go down in the middle here? I'm afraid to go and see. Alright, now, I need to get over there, it looks like. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh yeah, it goes in here. I'm gonna die, 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 I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die, but worth. No. No. Ah! I gotta heal, Oh, son of a bitch. Hi Char, welcome in, how are you? That was a bad situation. I took a risk, and it did not pay off. I took a risk, and it did not pay off. It's alright. I don't know why I feel this way, but I get like this game, Souls, Elden Ring, or like playing chess. Yeah, cause yeah, it's like moves. Yeah, moves and counter moves. Lurk while watching Super Bowl. Enjoy Super Bowl. Thank you for lurking. I kind of forgot the Super Bowl was tonight, and I'm like, should I have even streamed? But it's cool. Oh, I have no stamina. Oh my god. That was such bullshit. Oh, what a waste of a health pack. What a waste of a health pack. Wait, why is she here again? Oh my god. Wait, where are these bitches? Wait, where are these lazy bitches? These lazy bitches. Pink is better looking. Hey, some of those football players are like, you know, halfway decent. Can I go in here? No, it's broken. I don't know where to go. This way? This... No? Oh shit. Ah! No. Was there a trap there? Like, how did I get break so quickly? There must have been a trap there that I didn't see. That sucks. Yeah, it's fine. When in break, a character's HP through pulse cells. Okay. Well, thank you for telling me now, game. Much appreciated. They're like, oh, by the way, when you get this status effect, get fucked. You kidding? How did you hit me in a dodge? Whatever. Whatever. Ooh, I'm getting mad star fragments though for the next boss. Well, the next boss that lets me use the summons. Alright, I need to like debate her. Not this way. I don't think she goes up the stairs. I don't think. Okay, where'd this bitch? Chow. Oh no. I was I was not lined up. I ka-chowed for no reason. Alright. Now. Okay, so I can't go this way because it's locked. So. Oh, see, yeah. Okay, there was. Fuck. Oh, I can't get out of that break. But also, I don't even know what's over there. It might not be worth. I don't want to fight this big dude, but it really looks like I have to. Because he is just following me around.
Same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Hi,
Trying to take
Franklin.
over the world.
Franklin, I had the weirdest dream, and you were in it, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with Franklin right now? I had a dream, okay? I had a dream that you, like, for some reason, or, like, somehow, like, you found out what my name was, like, my full name, and you, like, kept posting it, like, in every single chat that you would go in. And I was like, first of all, I, like, woke up, and I was like, first of all, I don't think Franklin would do that, and also, like, second of all, like, that's so random. That's so random. But yeah, you were like straight doxing me hardcore. And I was like, Franklin, what the fuck? What are you doing, Franklin? Oh, he didn't even hear my story! When is Lies of Pooh coming out? Hi, Dirge. How was your stream? I have to play Lies of P because I have no friends to play games with. Alright, I think I gotta fight this fucker, and I really don't fucking want to. How do I... Maybe I'll wait for him to go that way? If I mine one more piece of iron in the game, I might scream. Okay, but like... You say that like there's not 100 million other games that we could be playing. You bitch. Alright. Tuesday. Good night, DJ. Pop in to say hi, take meds, take water, correct posture, smile, but thank you. Good night, DJ. Apex update Tuesday. We can play Apex. There it is. That's not even where I was going. Where is it? Where is this one? It's over there. Okay. This way? You dreamed I was... Yeah, I dreamed you were doxing me. And I was like, why? Like, I don't understand. It was so fucking random. I would dox you? Would you really? I can dox you. Oh, you can dox me too. Shit. Fuck. Shit, you can dox me. I was like, I can dox you. I PayPal'd you money. And then as soon as I was about to say that, I was like, oh... I PayPal'd you money. You also have my name. I can dox you? No, you can't. You could. What is this?
Another fine day in the city of Krog, but I wonder,
Brain
my
Goop?
friend, just where you've been? Ah. Congratulations! You've been selected from this cast of... a little for an exclusive, obtrusive, intrusive...
I don't like you. You're annoying. What do you want?
And why I called for as soon as I learned that one riddle burnt. Now, only the
Okay. So if I solve the riddle, it makes me... I can pass as alive. But if I can't solve the riddle, it'll make me exposed as a puppet. Okay. Okay.
By morning, it walks on feet numbering 4. At midday, just 2. No less and no more. It walks on 3 feet when the evening arrives. And if you solve this, then I'll know you're alive.
What? That doesn't even make sense.
Not everything has to rhyme, you know. I'm not a caricature.
That doesn't even make sense.
That said, how do we know you didn't just get lucky? Even a stop clock is right twice a day, and even a puppet can be accidentally correct just by random chance.
I'm a real boy. Look at me. I'm Timothy Chalamet.
Promise is a promise. Arlecchino, tell him what he'll get.
The Trinity Key? Wait, isn't that like, isn't it back in the fucking, isn't that back in the vagina factor?
And keys and doors, the subjects of puzzles and riddles galore. My next riddle won't be so simple to...
If I have to go back to the fucking Vanini factory, I'm gonna scream and fart and shit. This is how I get baited. So, look, there's one little item over here, and I'm like, must go get. And then, sure enough, there's like a monster down here or some shit. Oh, look, a shortcut. Nidorino! Nidorino and Chatterino. Vivid Ergo fragment. Dirge, when are you gonna play this? Dirge. Darge. 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 Oh my lord. That was very rude, sir. Okay, I like the trident. I've decided. Okay, I like the trident when I can use it. Dirge literally laughed. Won't even talk to me. Wow. Wow. Can I break this? No? Can I break this? No? They're just cages, my guy. Alright, so I've got lots of ergo fragments, which is nice because that's extra XP's. Oh. Hello? Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention. Oh, I'm cute? You think I'm cute? She called me a looker. She thinks I'm cute, chat. She thinks I'm cute. Crescent Moonstone, nice. That's for upgrading weapons. What is up here? One thing. A Fable Catalyst. It would be so sweet if I could make that jump, but I can't. Okay. Oh wait, the Red Lobster Inn. That's the other place. Taste the essence of traditional dishes from Krot. Is that a tongue? I think that's a tongue. I think the tongue is coming up here. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. I don't like that. No, please don't do that. Please don't. I don't like that. guy first. Okay, wow, that sucked. Oh, I have to run all the way back, don't I? Shit. Yeah, see, look, Red Lobster Inn. I have to go all the way back through to get here. Okay. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. There's a guy here. Yep. Nope. This one right there. Thank you. Okay, and then we'll get this guy. Oh my god, I died again. Whatever, my timing is obviously off. I hate the Displacer Beast wannabes. Where does this go? Did I go here before? Okay, obviously I did, because this goes nowhere. Alright, I don't want to... No, I don't want to... Oh, my notes. Okay, and then... Through... where did these dudes go? I'm so curious. Also, I swear I backstab, like, a lot, and it never backstabs. How do I get up there, though? I don't know how to get up there. Ooh, yeah, there's a thing in here. There's a thing in this room, that's right. But the big guy chased me. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ooh, the butterfly. I missed the butterfly last time. Yeah, I got it that time. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I have no stamina. Okay. Now. Wait, where does this one go? Why? Stop throwing your stuff at me. Alright, I need to go here? Yeah, here. Okay, and then let's get this. Oh, it's quartz. Nice. Quartz is for upgrading your pee organ, which is not as dirty as it sounds. Oh, I saw that a second too late. That cage. My own fault, but still. Nothing in here, right? Oh no, there is. Gemini's iron protection. I really don't like that they spell it Gemini, but it's supposed to be Jiminy, like Jiminy Cricket. When they have those like super long swinging weapons and they just charge as soon as you walk in the room, it kind of sucks. Okay, let's figure this out. So, okay, that was the phone. And then this way. Right, how did we die here? Oh, I went down. That's right. Okay, so I got this one. Oh, and that's also this one. Nice. Ooh, a shot put. Those are pretty sweet. Oh, I hate jumping in this fucking game. No, I do go this way. Yeah. Did I go go down here? I think I did, right? Yeah. Okay, hi, see you. Okay, I see the dog. Don't do it. Don't do it! Okay. Where did I die last time? Was there a guy there, or did I just get stuck being stupid? Oh, this guy. Oh yeah, there's a big guy in there. Hi. Okay. Where is big guy? Can I just book it past big guy? That'd be great. Ah! He does the stabbies. Heal. Does he stabbies go? Alright, this is the shortcut. This should be outside. Oh, but go faster. Please go faster. Please go faster. Okay. How late you're going tonight? Honestly, it's been very, very, very quiet tonight. So I probably won't be going too much later, honestly. And I'm sure it's because of the Super Bowl, but I don't want to ruin my numbers too badly. So probably not too much longer, honestly, maybe. Oh, a merchant. That's convenient. What's this? Legion caliber.
I thought there were no more survivors. I do love a bit. Are you with the black? I can't tell what's real and what's fake. If it's fake, you'll...
Okay, purchase. What do you have? Hi, Juice. How you doing? Welcome in. Shot cartridge. I might get some shot puts. Well, let me sell. Super Bowl's killing you? Is it stressful? Right, I am too weighed down. Shit. Yeah, they went overtime. Yeah, Wolfie just said that too. Okay, that's a lot of... Like, that's a lot of, what you call it, ergo. I should just go upgrade. Tied up with 3 seconds left. Sheesh. What game is this? This is Lies of P. It is a Pinocchio-inspired Souls-like. So you are Pinocchio, even though it doesn't really look like it. You're Pinocchio. And, puppets aren't supposed to lie, or aren't supposed to be able to lie, which is why it's called Lies of P.
Krat was a city of light.
Heard about it, just never played it. Yeah, it's fun, but I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty tough. Okay, I need 3,600 ergo to level up. This game is scripted. I mean, this game is scripted. But that's probably not what you meant. Where's my phone? I might have left my phone downstairs. It is what it is, yeah. Okay. So from here...
Seek fluid intake immediately.
Thank you for the hydrate. Okay, so... Juice, thank you for sacrificing your points to the Twitch gods. What do I do? Like, where am I supposed to go? This way? Because no, don't I come from here? No, I don't. Yes, I do. Oh, jeez. Oh, he can come out? Oh, well. Well. Okay, have fun in there. Bye. Alright, so I think I have to go... Okay, so not that way, so this way? Why am I just now seeing this? I don't know. I think Wolfie donates to it almost every stream. I'm not sure. I do have a lot of redeems and stuff, so it's possible. It's very possible to miss them. I'm so... No, this is the fucking way I came through. What did you just play? Wait, what did you do? Were you playing Honkai? Honky? Honky Star Rail? You had to stop streaming for a while because you moved? Yeah, that's such a hard thing. I moved a couple years ago and I had to take like 2 months off from stream because of it too, and it was just like,
looking good.
You know, I hope no one forgets about
we'd
me.
Make it this far. You've got all.
They leave you in the
kinds of
dark?
skills. Hey, everything went smooth as silk, and you know me, I don't impress easy.
Sure, but I gotta ask. You really gonna
From
take on the Black
Alaska
Rabbit
to
Brotherhood
Louisiana.
by yourself?
Wow, that's a big move. That's a big move. You live close to Louisiana? Okay, so we've got a summoning pool. Hold on, there's got to be a shortcut somewhere. Because there's no way I have to go all the way around each time. Yeah, big weather change also. Yeah. Alright, so who do we have to fight now? The last 4 hours, and that will continue. Oh no. That sucks, DJ. That's the worst. Guess what? Chicken butt. Oh, DJ might not know that joke. Okay. Everybody, rock your body. That's what it reminds me of. Everybody. Liar. Okay, I hate fucking multi-enemy fights. Back streets, back out.
Bring it on. You ain't seen
All right.
nothing like my brother.
Yeah, you might see nothing like my brother. You ain't see nothing like. Oh shit. Alright. Holy fuck. Okay. Oh my god, he hits hard. Get out of here, little girl. This isn't your fight. I'm fighting your big bro with his fucking Final Fantasy knife.
Come on!
Are you just gonna stand?
You wanna play with me?
No, I don't want to play with you. I don't want to play with any of you. Oh my god. That sucks. Oh my god. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god, we're back again. Brothers, sisters, everybody sing. Hold on, we need it. Hold on, I need it. It needs to happen. Everybody. Yeah. Rock your body. Okay. Oh, we're a little early, but we're gonna run. Hold on. Wait. Oh. Wait, this is the right way. What the fuck? Oh, this way, shit. Wait, where the fuck? Oh, shit. This way.
Hey, what's the big idea leaving us behind? Oh, I knew we shouldn't trust them.
Wait.
Let's get out of here and give those lousy bums the business.
How do I get them? I'm actually confused! Alright, hold on. We gotta rewind so we can time it properly. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. We gotta get this right. We gotta get the energy right. We got this.
Bring it on. You ain't seen nothing like my brother.
So hard. Oh my god, the little one is so annoying.
Come on! It ain't nice with the others. Don't you wanna play with me? Mr. Puppet?
Holy shit, I can't even heal. How do you move that so fast?
I've seen it. Let's finish this.
Shit. No, come on, I gotta stun him. Woo! Yeah. A low-key scare. He threw up earlier. Aww. Yeah, if he doesn't feel better in the morning, you might need to give him something for his tummy. Yeah. Did you just beat it? No. 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 I did not. Alright. Oh. Yeah, it's a 4v1. Well, 4v1 plus my Spectre, so 4v2, I guess. We tried to use the Backstreet's Back to get me pumped, and I did better, but it's still very difficult. Alright, I gotta get the big guy first, him. Okay. What is that? Oh my god. Okay, that's ridiculous. No, go away. You need to kill your stupid big brother first. Oh my god, he can go so far with that big fucking sword. Holy shit. I can't. Oh my god. And the little one is so fast.
Come on! You played nice with the others. Don't you want to play with me, Mr. Puppet?
Oh my god.
Demonstrate.
Okay. Alright, the Backstreet's Back didn't do it, guys. The Backstreet's Back didn't do it. This is tough. This one's really tough. Like, it's not so bad until the second rabbit joins. Time to level up characters. Do it.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
So I'm confused because the second time I came over here, they were like, "Oh, he's gonna leave us behind." Blah blah blah. So like, were the red fox and the black cat supposed to be able to join me? Because it didn't even see, like, I didn't even see a thing for it. You take my meds? I did take my meds earlier. I did.
Bring it on. You ain't seen nothing like one.
I remembered. I got a second bottle for my meds, so now I have one on my desk for the weekend, so I don't forget. My guy, how do you move so fast with that sword? It seems ridiculous.
The toy is mine! Mine! Move for me, Bobby!
One heal. Okay, or don't heal at all. Okay, don't heal at all. Holy shit, heal. Okay.
It's my turn!
Oh my god, my poor Spectre. This is getting slapped around like a little bitch. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. I need to get the big guy. Okay, there's the Backstab. Okay.
Let's finish this.
Big guy done. Okay. 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 Oh.
This puppet's crazy!
Wait, did I only have to kill one of them?
Damn you. You'll pay for that.
Oh, now he's gonna be very mad at me. They're gonna be pretty mad at me. Okay, so it was like a fake out 4v1. Okay. Okay. All puppets will die, also, and anyone who messes with the Black Rabbit Brotherhood. Mom! How was the DayZ today? How was your running sim today? Hi, Mark. Mark Wahlberg, the DayZ daredevil who lives for survival crafts and co-op chaos. They're all... Hey, I'm trying to read. They're all about that zombie slaying, button mashing lifestyle with a side of scenic shoelace express stores. Tune in for their no filter fun and community giveaways. Just don't spoil the ride or you'll miss out on the mock madness. That's so cute. Hi, Mock. How you doing? Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you for being here. I beat 2 bosses tonight in Lies of P. I'm like a god gamer. Like, I'm such a gamer. Oh my gosh, is that me?
Hey, check this out.
Is Running Sim? The Mush Wahlberg is here.
Sorta. From a certain
Two bosses.
You know,
Yeah, I
squint.
beat Archbishop
No, I'm
Andreas
just
and
kidding.
I
No,
beat
it looks
the
exactly
eldest
like
of the
you.
Black
I mean, you
Rabbit
see it, right?
Brotherhood.
With the nose and the...
Magnifique. Mwah, chef's kiss.
Right?
Chef's kiss. Yeah, I'm about to fall asleep. No problem, Izarl. But Izarl, before you go, you know what time it is. Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you for being here. If you don't know who I am, hello, hi, welcome in. My name is Krista, or Pinxel. Most people just call me Pink, or Pinks if you want to be fancy. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch, and I play whatever I want, whenever I want. That includes things like Lego games, Nintendo games, simulators, shooters, a shit ton of survival craft, and everything in between. I have a very quick video that I like to show when we get a raid to see if this is someplace you might want to hang out, get to know us, spend some time, see what we're about, what to expect, and all that jazz. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in a moment. Hi there, friends. Are you a human being with disgusting bodily functions? They can't know we're like this until they're here. I'm sorry that you didn't get to experience the butts. This is what heroes look like. You can't do anything with human meat, which is kind of boring. Why did you hold it like that? Why are you looking so close?
I wasn't! I just looked down and I can see it!
Look at that donk. Put your clothes on. What if you just like collected a bunch of farts? What have I done? Are you pooping? I can't stream in these conditions. I have poopies for you. That won't and can't go wrong. Don't give me that baby. Oh my gosh, my mom. He's still rolling.
Eat.
I was already out!
That was for the smell. I'm trying to make the poop.
Chaos, come watch us.
I'm trying to make sure we don't die.
I'm a big girl. I do Mordors. I keep finding these boners. Maybe let's not say those things on my stream.
Oh my hot dogs! What is happening?
There's a deep rib. Oh, what is this? Deep rib. Home. We home. Name every year in the 80s. I couldn't make this up if I tried. I don't want to fight in the poo. Where would Klefki's butthole be? You know, like these are the important questions. How do I know so much of Umbop? You did not just Umbop me.
Oh, we can play Jenga?
Yeah, I could play Shenga. Shenga? Go, bees! I just want to be beautiful like her. Is it working? I am cat, I can help you. He's totally dead. He's just standing there. Just because I was supposed to move him. What did? Oh. I look like the kid from Stranger Things. You can go anywhere on Twitch, and this is what you choose to do with your time.
You're like, yeah, then you're like, yeah.
Azarl, what'd you catch this time? Mock, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you, fam. How was walking sim today? Oh, it's cat facts in a mood today. Let's see. The way you treat kittens in the early stages of life will render its personality traits. That's not terrible. Oh, look at that donk. Yeah. Yeah, the mushrooms in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands were, like, thick with, like, 4 C's. So many C's. Where am I going? Now lying. Wow. I got to where I wanted to today. Only took a couple detours. Is Daisy, like, open world, like... Or does it have, like, a clear quest line and stuff? You know what I'm trying to say? They got that cake. Cake, 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 cake.
You have no idea how happy I am to see you, Mr. Stalker.
I don't like
Hello.
you. Are you the Spectre?
It's a relief to see you.
No quest,
I'll
open
get
world.
straight
Gotcha,
to the
gotcha,
point.
gotcha.
I found the gold coin tree. Who knew it was right beside us? But
It's not a
there's
game with
problem.
quests. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
When
That's what I
tried
thought.
To pick the gold coin fruit,
But when you were like,
it
oh, I got to my
resisted me.
destination, I was like, oh, maybe...
I couldn't even get
Maybe it's like
close.
7 days where
It
there's
actually
like
burned me.
temporary
It's probably
quests, you know?
because I have the petrification disease.
Oh, you have the disease?
Pathetic, yeah.
Is he
so
the Spectre?
close yet so far.
Because look at his hair.
If you pick some gold coin fruit for me, I'll give you a reward.
Yeah, you asked me that, and I don't know where that is. Think PUBG, but random shit, not complete loadouts, and no teams. No time limit, and zombies everywhere. So, like, is it, like... What's the word I'm looking for? Is it, like, a persistent world? Like, do you load into, like, your own... Like, your own world, your own save file every time? Cut your food and die.
I heard the alchemists made a device. I ignored it, assuming it was just
Give the
a
wrong
legend.
blood. So it's a pretty I said gruesome, and brutal is brutal, apparently. It's a pretty brutal survival crafter, huh? Juice, you play too? Oh. Freeze to death, starve to death, yeah. I love survival crafters. It just grows gold? Oh, it does, I guess. Unofficial, yes, your loadout stays consistent, but each new official you log in throws you somewhere else, and the community servers are persistent. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. You can harvest gold coin fruit at set times from the gold coin tree. The fruit is used in several different places. Use boosters to speed up its growth. Okay, investigate. 9:38. Oh wait, what did I just do? We have to wait for the tree to bear any fruit. Reset level, reset P organs, stop looking. Oh. I am one stream away from 100k donated to nothing. You're a trooper, Wolfie. Don't forget to pick up a water elemental. Can I tell you something? I've never actually played Luigi's Mansion. I wanted to, but I just didn't. Excuse me? Did I just go in a secret entrance back to where my fucking HQ has been this entire time? I've never played Luigi's Mansion. I always wanted to, but I just, like, I never got it on GameCube or whatever it was back in the day. And I always wanted to. I always wanted to. Shh, I'm not here. Bubble! Hi, not here, Bubble. I love you. I miss you. I want to play Baldur soon, please. Luigi's Mansion 1 was sick, but I missed 2. I heard 2 was a flop, though. You liked 3. So, yeah, see, 3 came out recently because it's on the Switch, right? Just a lone wolf giving people peace offerings as tokens. Dude today was looking for rolling papers, and I gave him 3 whole packs. He practically shit himself. Oh, look at you, Mock. Being a good little community bean. So I need 3,000 more ergo. So let's get another life. Let's get another stamina, and that's all we've got. Okay. Okay. We're getting there. Why do you have to touch me like that, Sophia? Sophia, we're gonna get married. We're gonna get married, Sophia. Look at how cute we are. We're gonna get married. I want her coat. Like, I want her coat so bad. Chat, I don't think you even understand how bad I want her coat. The stuff, and you like the RP. I've never been into RP. Like, I've never been into RP. I don't know. It's not cheesy. It's not cheesy, but it makes me feel so cheesy that I'm always like, I can't do this. I'm so embarrassed. Same. I just can't do it. It's like embarrassing, like in my own head. That's why like D&D was really hard for me at first, because it was like so embarrassing.
Want me to look at something?
Eventually I got over it because D&D was with my friends. And because like you're kind of like telling a story. I don't know, playing games, I just want to play. Like I just want to play the game. Like I just want to play the game. All right, I can't upgrade that. Oh, I can upgrade this though. I don't have ergo. Hold on. How do I need to sell some ergo. Come here.
At the House of Vanini, even priceless things have a price.
Yes. Okay. Let's sell this and this. What's this? A fire canister. You like some RP? Do you really? I RP as myself right now, and I'm just learning the terminology. So, like, relogging or force quitting game to reboot is like resting or sleeping. Ah! Is Daisy the first game that you've, like, RP'd in? I have 3 quartz, so I can go upgrade my PP. Upstairs with my papa. Besides D&D, yes, yeah. D&D is the only one where I was actually able to, like, get out of my own head enough to roleplay. I think that, I think I want to try again, but I also feel like it's so weird, you know? Like, I don't think I could, like, I've seen streamers who do, like, GTA roleplay, and, like, that's, like, what they do, you know what I mean? I just couldn't do it. Okay. Gains a certain amount of guard, okay. I'm using pulse cells. Amulet slots. Just wanted to try something different. Gotcha. No, I was just curious. Not gonna lie, I love my D&D character, but I picked someone very different from me, and sometimes I have a hard time. Yeah. And, like, when like, my first D&D character, I just kind of, yeah, the same as Mock. Like, I just kind of roleplayed as myself, really, to just get the general idea of, like, how to roleplay and stuff. Why is my controller overlay not working anymore? Oh, that was weird. Okay. That was really weird. But then afterwards, like, and especially after playing, like, Baldur's Gate, like, I think I'll be able to roleplay a little bit more, you know? Lowers the damage received when pulse cells are discharged. Enhances recovery. Yeah, we want that. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Pinks to it. And I'm from New York. Enhances the stagger attack of dodge attacks and dash attacks. Enhances weapon attack when durability is its max. Let's do that one. Alright, and then I've got one more quartz. My guy should be... Oh, shouldn't be masterminding things. Unless you go high, I go low. Basic shit like that. Yeah. Oh, I can do super immoral, even uber religious without thinking about it. But my guy's dumb and brute force. And I have a hard time not being clever. Ah, I get you. Yeah. That's funny. I get what you mean. You cannot equip multiple quartz from the same type. Oh. Yes. Absolutely that one. Okay. We used our quartz. But can't type tonight. It's all good. I'm pretty good at deciphering. For the most part, I'm pretty good at deciphering. Alright. On to it again. We've got stamina. We've got some health. Let's see. Oh, can I upgrade my stuff now? I think I sold something, but I don't remember. I don't remember if I did or not.
I know my way around.
Upgrade. No, I don't have enough crescents. Dark moon, moonstone of the covenants. Really? I can just keep going with this? See, I need the dark moonstone of the covenant. How do I get those? How do I get those? Alright, so I'm back in Krot now. So... Oh, Geppetto needs to talk to me. Papa, I'm coming, Papa. I'm coming, Papa. Here I am, Papa. Why didn't you say something while I was in here upgrading my pee organ?
You're back.
Funny, my character kind of have a mind of its
Malin
own.
District
Oh, hold
was
on, I'm
as
gonna listen to
grim
this.
as we feared, was it not?
Yes, it was pretty gross.
But with the Black Rabbit Brotherhood out of the picture, we can focus elsewhere.
They're not out of the
And
picture,
why not
they're
strike at the root
pissed.
of the problem? The King of Puppets' lair is on Rosa Isabel Street. Perhaps the puppet frenzy will come to an end if we can take down their king.
The sports ball event is
Go to
over.
Antonia
Hello,
and
Trem.
get the key to Rosa Isabel Street. I already let her know you'll be coming by.
Oh, okay.
I always remember these favors you've done for me.
What's funny is that my character kind of has a mind of its own about some shit. He's a barbarian and his background is outsider, so he never felt connected to his dwarven heritage or been religious. However, we've had multiple legit encounters with deities in the game, and I've been entrusted with a holy dwarven artifact, and my guy is starting to believe and pray at shrines. I didn't expect that when I created him. Oh, it's cool. So it's like you as a player have evolved, and also your character has. The sports team sported. They sportsted so hard. Trem, how's it going? Did the King of Sport ultimately eat the ball and thus ensure that sport would continue for another 12 months? Has the King of Sport been usurped from the throne? They sportsed so very hard. They even had extra sportsing time. They sportsed all over the place. It was just like a sports extravaganza. It's 1 a.m. Holy crap, DJ. Get some sleepies.
Hurry up. I heard from Geppetto.
You're sportsing so hard, you need
Rosa
extra time for all your
Isabel Street
sports.
is ever so dangerous, I'm told.
They should feature T-Swift every 5 minutes every year.
But if we want to... Geppetto and I care about you very... I feel like my father.
Oh no, you're
It's a
dying.
nice feeling to know that someone waits for you.
Oh, R.I.P. You're dying. Currently, we are waiting for them to crown the new king of sports. Wow. Now they're all going to the $1 buffet at the casino. Night night, Pinxel. Awesome. Mark. Good night, DJ. Get some sleepies. Truly a majestic day for Canada and therefore the world. Honestly, I like Taylor Swift, but like, there's no reason for the whole world to be like jonesing over Taylor Swift like this right now. DJ slip. DJ go sleepies. It's gonna get pregnant tonight. Oh my god. Hello? Can I go in here? Can I go in any of these doors? Bitches. Good for her. Oh, you know what I should do before I do this? Everyone sleep well. Good night, DJ. People are getting mad at her because the TV networks keep showing her. Like, how the fuck is that her? Right. But people are just mad at her for dating a football player. Like, they're just like, stay away from our football men. And it's just like, they're not your football men's anyway, so shut up. Oh no, our footballs. Oh no, our foots and balls. Dang. That shit does so much damage. That shit does so much damage. I just can't, like... I can't not have it. It's crazy. Mia Khalifa. They want Travis to wrap them up in his big... Exactly! That's what I'm saying. Like, they're like, he's not your football man anyway. Chill. 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 Alright, I think I went the wrong stairs. Who doesn't know who Mia Khalifa is? Come on. Listen, I might be a prude little prude, but I know shit about shit. She's a star. Yeah. Yeah, she's on that, like, 70s show, right? Keeping Up with the Khalifas? Oh, I thought you were making, like, a Mila Kunis. Same thing, right? Oh! Right. That's where you know. Yeah, exactly. It's from that 70s show. See, you know, but I do. Yeah, I know somebody who's a fan of her work. I was gonna say I'm a big fan to like go with the joke, but then I was like no, because the joke has already gone too far. But
call it extravagant.
Pink is hip. I try to be.
Street concerts,
mostly, I just spend
24/7.
Entirely too much time on Twitter.
Corday, the singer in the red dress. Oh, she was the most famous of them all. The legendary prima donna. Well, I'm not sure if she's still alive, so while the past tense makes sense, it's...
Geppetto. Are you, not Geppetto, Gemini. Gemini is getting a little choked up there. Oh, hi. Ooh, okay, you guys are a little tougher now. The game is getting hard. Isn't she a lawyer now? Honestly, I would not doubt that. Like, I know people like wanna like talk shit on porn stars and stuff, but a lot of them are actually like really smart. Like, a lot of them are actually really smart. Like, business women's. Oh, she didn't. Yeah, no, I thought Mock was talking about Mia Khalifa, yeah. But I didn't know that Kim K didn't pass the bar. Oh, she did pass the bar. Guys, have you ever seen the video? I think I talked about this a couple weeks ago. Oh! That was scary. I think I talked about this a couple weeks ago. But did anybody else see the video of North like telling her mom that her outfit is like ugly or whatever, and Kim's like, North, like there are better ways that we can say that and blah blah blah, and so North like copies her like, you know, stupid condescending voice or whatever, and she's like, I just think that your dress could look better. It's so funny. Ah! I don't like babies. I don't like babies. I don't like babies. I don't like scary babies in video games. I don't like scary babies in real life. I don't like babies. I don't like babies. I don't like babies. I don't like babies. No. No. Don't do this to me. No. 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 All that, no. I have played Dead Space 3. Which I know is like completely random, but I played Dead Space 3 because it was co-op and I played it with a friend. Well, yes, that's true. I take it you don't like— I'm not a fan of babies. How could you tell? How could you tell? But no, I've played Dead Space 3. And that's the only one. And it was scary. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck both of you. Some pretty spooky— yeah, there was a thing in 3 that had some really fucking spooky ass babies in it, and it was one of those scenes because it was co-op. It was one of those moments where like my character could only see it and like Chris's character could not see it. So like it was just like me screaming and him being like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, because he wasn't seeing the same thing that my character was seeing. It was really funny, actually. You get 1 million every time you slapped a baby. How many times did you slap it? Mock, that's not fair. You can't ask me that question on stream. I'll get canceled so hard. But let me just say that you don't have to pay me. Oh, is this a shortcut? Oh, this is. Okay. So. She's reading law, just reading uncommon path for a common lawyer, so I guess it makes sense. It took her 4 tries to pass the baby bar. I just, like, I feel like, good, like, part of me is, like, good for her, but the other part of me is, like, sweetheart, like, I'm sorry, but, like, nobody's ever gonna take you seriously. You know? Like, you're always gonna be Kim Kardashian. Like, at the end of the day, you'll always be Kim K. And that rhymed unintentionally. That's just the way it is, okay? There's a lot of dudes over there. There's very many dudes over there. I also have to go piss girls, so I think I'm safe. I think I'm safe here. I'm gonna go piss girl. I'm gonna go piss girl. BRB. I'll run an ad too, just cause. Hi, hello, I'm back. I did enjoy Trem. It's a good thing I went downstairs because, first of all, I was doing laundry, so I could swap my laundry. And also, my phone. My phone was in the laundry room. Remember earlier when I was like, I can't find my phone? Okay. What time is it? Alright. It's 11:15. So, let's see if we can get to another... Ah! Okay. I was gonna say, let's see if we can get to another Stargazer, and then this guy decided to be this guy. Oh, why are you the way that you are? Oh, my nose, my nose, my nose. Oh! Whew. This is... Oh, I know what this is. I've seen this. This is a boss right here. I've seen this in a speedrun. How do I... Can I get over here without activating this boss fight? This is a Unix system! I know this! Good old Jurassic Park. Hey, I can't go. Oh no, I may have made a terrible mistake, chat! Oh no. It's suddenly Jurassic Park. Alright, I think it only activates if I touch her. Well, can't go that way, so... Shit. Alright. No, it's me. I don't know why OBS has been doing this lately. Like, I have connection. Hi, Paul. I don't know if you can hear me or see me. Yeah. I don't know why it does this. Like, I literally have. Come on, get your shit together, OBS. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why OBS is dropping frames. I literally have a connection. I can see it. Like, I'm watching it. I don't even think it's the internet. I feel like it's OBS. This is so annoying. Like, I don't understand. I'm literally looking at it connected. Sound is fine. Maybe it's just Twitch, not OBS. Interesting. Yeah, like I'm literally looking at it. Like it's red. It's the little bar is red, but it still says like 4,300 kilobytes per second, 4,500 kilobytes per second, 49, 20. Yes, I just don't get it. I want to try this fight at least once. Alright, now it's yellow. I'm just gonna kind of go around, I guess, until it looks like it balances. I don't understand, like, it has a signal. This is what's crazy. It only started doing this the past, like, couple weeks worth of streams. Okay, it's green again, at least on my side. I spoke too soon. Okay. Is it good now? Looks like we're good now. Okay. Alright, so if you haven't refreshed, please refresh. Izarl or Wolfie or somebody, if you want to write refresh in chat, that would be super helpful. Okay, yeah, it's green now. I don't, like, I literally watched it. I watched it have a signal the entire time, but it was red. I don't know why. Okay. This is the boss fight that I am so not ready for. Looks good now? Yeah, it should be. Hold on, let me just say. Okay. You jinxed it? No, you didn't. Okay. Okay, let's use those and it keeps sounding like I hear my dog, but then I look over and he's fine. So. Okay. I don't know how well any of this is gonna work, but we'll see. Thank you, Izarl. Alright. I'm gonna get my ass absolutely handed to me by this girl.
Oh, what a beautiful puppet you are. I can hear your springs even if you try to hide them. Musicians have keen ears, you know. Would you like to sing for me like your friends?
Timothy Chalamet at a Christmas party? I know.
Your cries will be especially sweet.
Not too streamer.
Let's have an encore performance of Pain for the Red actress, Adelina Corday.
Okay. It's not necessary. Oh my god, did I really just waste one? Because it went right through her? Oh shit. Okay, well. Okay. Oh my god, I wasted all of my Fable Arts on her, bitch. Woo, she fast. This is gonna be another Survivor situation where they're just so fast I can't get a hit in. I say that as I hit her 3 times. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Let's do one more. Ooh, she's stunnable. Oh, she's stunnable. She's stunnable. You fucking bitch. This is my least favorite thing about this game, is getting pushed into the environment and not being able to move. It happens to me so much in this game. Like, I know skill issue, but like also it's just so frustrating. Okay, how did I get to her? This way. Yeah, this way. No, thank you. Oh, fuck, I went the wrong way. Fuck. Eric. Nope, nope. Nope. God fucking damn it, I could not get through her fast enough. Why? I don't understand why I'm still so heavy. Like, what counts towards your carry weight? Because your armor and shit has to count. It just has to. Okay. Like, all, like, this stuff has to count towards your weight. Yeah, see, 3.9. Okay. Because I'm 62, I'm 58%, so that's why I'm heavy rolling. That doesn't seem to have weight. That doesn't seem to have weight. So, my weapons, I have the 2 weapons that I've got, 11 and 16. So it's gotta be my clothes. Like, my clothes and my other parts and stuff have to have weight. Okay. I'm 62.2. Like... I don't know how to, like, not be heavy rolling. Annoying. Okay, this way. Can you... I have an amulet on that increases my carry capacity. How, like... I took the brunt of her explosion before, and I did not die. No, you're fine, Azarel, you're fine. You're fine. Because it was a good idea either way. But yeah, I have an amulet on that increases my carry capacity. But I think there's another one. Like, I think there's like a level 2 or something. Alright, I need to have this explodey girl come inside. That's one. Oh no, the babies. Oh no, the babies. Get me out of the babies. Get me away from the babies. No! Oh my god. I'm trapped with babies. I can't get out of the baby! No, no, no. Get away from babies, please. Increases your carry capacity. Yeah. Y'all. That's what I have. Okay, so. Oh no. No bish. No bish. Here's second boomies. Second boomies. What's about second boomies? But what about second boomies? No! Spooky clowns. I hate all of it. No, sir, please. I'm just trying to fight this creepy ballerina. Alright. Creepy ballerina time. Let's go. Okay.
Let's have an I
Yeah.
dedicate this performance to my sister Adelina.
Who's Adelina? I don't know her. Teehee. Isn't there stairs here? Back. I was gonna try to cheese her. Where's the stairs? Here they are. Okay. Do you not come up the stairs? Oh, you do. Okay.
You stole my sister from me, rotten
What
puppets.
the fuck? I don't even know who your sister is, you crazy bitch. How does she block everything? Do you get stuck? You get stuck? Is that a thing? Oh, no, you don't. Okay. Okay. Well, haha, teehee.
You stole my sister from me.
I don't know your sister!
Puppets.
Oh my god, get out of here. This is insane, bitch. I don't, like, this is crazy. She's so fast. At least they're not spooky babies. They're kind of spooky. She's so fast. Like, that's crazy. Maybe that, is that, that's probably not even where I'm supposed to be going, is it? I just want to find the next Stargazer. Because I'm not about to spend the next however many hours fighting this girl, because I have to work in the morning. How did he still hit me? Oh my god. My dodge timing, I think, is betraying me. Because I keep getting hit in, like, in the middle of dodging. Ooh, shit. There's two of them there. I don't like that. Okay. So. Where is the singing coming from? Nope, nope. Oh god, he always slows down when he picks up stuff. Ugh. That's just an annoying mechanic that I refuse to adapt to. Is the fact that he like temporarily slows down a little bit when he picks stuff up. That's a me problem, not a game problem. Okay. Just dodge into him twice. Oh, everything's fine. Oh shit, that's why. Okay. So... Oh wait, did I even look up here? I don't think I did. I didn't, see? Oh, this is this one. Okay, cool. Yeah, see this? See how he slows down there when he picks stuff up? It makes sense, but also, like, annoying when you're trying to fight. Who is coughing? Do I need to find this coughing lady? Spooky clowns are not spooky babies. All babies are spooky babies. That is where you are wrong. All babies are spooky babies. Who is coughing? Do you need a cough drop? Hello?
Who are you? Ah, my stalker friend. I was worried the puppets had come back. They're
Who are you?
demons. They won't give us a moment's peace. Even an elderly lady like me. They wouldn't even let the dead rest if they had to have a lady to drink it does. There's a wine called... I'm sure there's still some left in the wine cellar.
This bitch wants some wine? Alright. I'll get your wine, boo-boo. It's a good thing I found this coughing lady. Alright, let's get this fucker. So he doesn't get us this time. Okay. Ergo. God. Okay. Is that all that's over here? Now someone's singing. Okay. There's no way that the next thing is past this lady. Right? Oh wow, okay. Hit me as I tried to backstab you. Holy shit, there's two. What? What the heck? They're so, like, wobbly and they still manage to, like, turn around and clock exactly where you are, which I just find crazy. Alright, this one is broken. That, obviously, I can't go through because it's on fire. So this is a shortcut from the other way. So didn't actually mean to touch it, but whatever. Alright, and then this... So I do have to fight the white lady. That must be where I have to go next. So if that's the case, I am probably gonna fucking call it here, because I'm not about to boss fight for the rest of the night. Like a douchebag. Let's blow. God damn it. I was in the dodge. In the dodge. That's definitely one of the more annoying things about the genre is like the order of buttons. Like you have to finish your character finishes the action of the button you pressed. Like you can't like cancel it and spam healing or whatever, which is I get it. It's part of the genre, but for me, because I am baby, it's very difficult. Alright, let's find someone to raid. I know it was a bit of a shorter stream tonight, but I at least wanted to try, you know what I mean? Because this week was absolutely insane. This week was absolutely insane at work, so like I said, hopefully things have settled down because the event that I was planning is on Wednesday, so I'm hoping everything kind of settles down a bit. I don't really have any pals on right now, which is kind of crazy to me. I mean, I have one person playing Fallout, but she's got like 50 viewers. So, yeah, we can go raid her, I guess. That's fine. all my friends are doing like so great, and I'm just like, I believe in you. I believe. All right, we're gonna raid Wreck-It Renee, who I actually discovered on Facebook several years ago. And we have become friends ever since. She is playing some Fallout 76. No cam for her, so yeah, let's go say hello and do all that good stuff. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. And I will be live tomorrow. Don't know what I'm playing yet. Could be Lies of P, could be whatever. You know how it is at this channel. I don't know until I've literally hit the go live button. But go say hey to Renee. Thanks for being here. I'm so glad we got through Andreas and the eldest brother of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood. So we got some progress. So yeah, bye, goodbye Trem. Thanks everybody. Thanks for hanging. Go say hello to Renee, and I will see you guys